Welcome to a very special episode of The View with Vertex. You're joining me now from the beautiful Baltic, the lovely Lithuania. I'm joined today for episode 8 with Oleg. Oleg is the president of the Baltic Scaffolding Association, and we have also got Viktor. Viktor is the general manager of Layer Baltic. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to Lithuania.
It's a privilege to be here, gents. It really is a privilege to be here. So just a bit of context and a bit of background. Me and the sound engineer, we got up at 3:00 this morning UK time, travelled out to Lithuania via Frankfurt, bit of messing around and all the rest of it. Got here eventually, and we've spent how long would you say, gents, setting up?
A long time.
Yeah, so we set up in the training room, and then the training room was echoes, and now we're set up in the boardroom. But we're finally rolling. The cameras are on, and we're ready to chat about some of the things that we've got coming up around the Scaffchamps. So before we go into that, because obviously that's what we're here to talk about, just a bit of background from yourselves. Oleg, your sort of role with the association.
I wouldn't say the role about association, if we're talking about Scaffchamp, but maybe I would tell about the role about what I'm doing right now with the Scaffchamp.
I think we need, just for context, because the Baltic Scaffolders Association, the idea really, I think, is to improve the standard of scaffolding safety and professionalism within the Baltic region. I think events like the Scaffchamp help to shed a light on that, help to promote the changes that are getting made around the Baltic states. Would you agree with that, or is that fair to say?
Really, I will say, answering on your question, the idea, how we found Baltic Scaffolders Association, yes? It was a very difficult time, and I think in 2015, when during 1 month, 2 scaffolders died. And for me, it was some kind of shock. And I think what I can do to prevent such accidents in future. Yes. And for me, it was clear that we can do this only by training, rising standards, setting standards, because in 2015, it was no standards at all. People could start working as scaffolder without any training. And it was main idea. We start with Scaffolding Association, and we reach a lot in first 2 years. We reach a lot in rising standards, setting the standards. And later we come to idea how we can make a community, scaffolders community. What NASC doing in UK, it's fantastic. Yes. It's fantastic events, fantastic competition, contest, and everything. But it's focused on general management, on managers. Yes, and we want our market is reasonably small. Yes, and we want to make an organization which will be focused on scaffolders, mostly on scaffolders.
Yeah, because I noticed that in the title, it's not the Baltic Scaffolding Association, it's Baltic Scaffolders Association. Yeah. And I like that. It's kind of a focus on the people carrying out.
And just for additionally, what Viktor mentioned, for example, what was the situation in the market? For example, 7-8 years ago. Just for you to imagine. There was no profession in Lithuania as called as a scaffolder. There was no. It was just builder, or was like alpinist, or how it's for work on height.
Work on height. Yeah. So everyone's kind of a generalist. If you're going to build a wall, you need to build a scaffold. Yeah.
So in our government eyes, the guys who build scaffold, it was just builders who built temporary structures. It was even written there. So we said, okay, what do you mean temporary structures? And they could explain us what is right now temporary structure. So then they come to us and said, okay, help us to develop the profession of scaffolding. So, and then we started implementing the programs. We started to cooperating with safety, I would say it's labor safety inspection. Yeah.
Okay.
We started doing training for them.
A bit like what we would have called, we have the health and safety executive in the UK. It's like the HSE. Similar sort of people who set the standards, police the industry.
Yeah, it's governmental body.
Yes. Yeah, same. So, they were involved. They were quite supportive, I guess, of
the advantage of Lithuania and Latvia and Estonia market where we were working is that governmental body is absolutely open to you. Yes, and you come and say, look, we have the same goal. Yes, we want every evening all workers, all scaffolders must return to their families. Yes, and we say, okay, we will support you and let's work together. And we did a lot of efforts as BSA to set standards, to make a training. And after this come idea just to make a championship, of course, because I think we count this idea as networking, mostly networking.
Well, this year, networking, but just getting back 4 years ago when the first Scaffchamp was just planned. Yeah, I remember how it was like the idea. Viktor just came and said, "Let's make a Scaffchamp." What do you mean Scaffchamp? Well, let's invite some our customers, and they should compete in some competition. They should build a structure. And the fastest team will be the strongest team and will be the Scaffchamp. And they just, what?
The idea was not clear. I agree with
and I just, what? Well, yeah, but it was really funny when we just started to asking our customers, are they interested in participating in that? And they just said, well, why not? Because it was really, really local championship. It was like 5 companies from Lithuania or 4 companies from, I don't remember. It was 9 teams, but most of them was local, Lithuanian, Latvian, Estonian, one from Poland, and so really local. And they just was interesting beating up each other, like just to showing up. And the funny thing is that half of those people worked in those companies and they just moved to another companies and they just, I moved and I win. So, and it was the first Scaffchamp. It was like absolutely amateur organization. I wouldn't say that there was amateurs who was participating. There surely was professional, and they, like for example, company Hotrema, who was the first champions. They really took this really seriously, because for them it was like they won it. And then they started to like showing other companies that they are the strongest company in the market on the scaffold, in the scaffold. And then everyone started to asking, but who made you the name this? So they said, we win this championship. And they said, when it was and they said, okay, everyone could join it and everyone could win it. So we join it and we win it. So we are the strongest one. So it's quite logical. So that's how the first Scaffchamp passed. So it was like really, I would say, a fun of doing. People was just having fun, building scaffolding and enjoying it. It was like,
but with the winning of it comes the bragging rights in it. It's like you can go and tell everyone we're the scaffolding world champions. And there's another example of this, right? And I was speaking to a guy the other day. He's called Carl de Groot. He used to be the vice president of the Scaffolding Association in the UK, and he'd mentioned that he'd done a scaffolding world record. So they held the world record. It may have actually been with Leia. But anyway, held the world record. And I said, oh, was it like, was it like the first one? And he went, no. So I remember, I used to obviously teach courses. I used to train for a company called Simeon. And I was delivering a training course for an airline, similar to what you guys do, or some of your customers do at the airport. They put the jigs around the planes, the mobile towers. This company was called Medavia, and they were using Turners. They were using Turner Plus 8. So I get prepared to deliver this training course, and the training course has got this information with it. And in the PowerPoint, there's a video. It says, we've got the world record for erecting X amount of meters of scaffolding. I was like, fair enough. It was the inaugural record, so there was no record before it. They could have took 6 weeks to build it, but it would have been still the world record. But apparently this Carl had beat the existing record.
That's the idea. And so when the first
scaffolders are all the same.
So and you know that the first championship, it was called International Scaffolders Championship, but Viktor made it a little bit change, and so he made a world. Like why not? Like world. Like it's like I'm
always self-confident. Yes,
but
I can tell. When I met Viktor this morning, he said, Isaac, and he shook my hand. Honest to God, I thought he broke my shoulder. Never mind, man.
But like it's when you win the NBA league, you got the status of the world champion.
Yeah.
But you play in the NBA league. So the people who are arguing about that, who gave them the right to call them the Scaff, the strongest, not the strongest one, but how to say the best. Yeah,
it's like baseball's the World Series.
Yeah. So
same.
Actually, no one. We just called it because it's really a world, because the team from all over the world are coming here, and there is no other competition in the market.
Well, imagine you'd have called it. Imagine you'd have fought small. Like you say, you're a confident guy. Imagine if you'd just fought small and gone, we'll just call it the Baltic Championship for scaffolding. You may have got, and like we said, it's the competition that got people involved and wanted to beat each other. If you call it the World Championships, now the world wants to beat you. Do you know what I mean? It was a smart move, I think.
Yeah. So when the first Scaffchamp finished, we got a lot of pictures. Well, and what we thought, we would like to share the world with our idea. Yeah. So and also we for the first Scaffchamp we invited Daniel Norton from Scaffmark.
Yep.
Yeah, so he arrived to Vilnius to show the show, what was the idea of this everything, and after he made an article to Scaffmark, we started getting noticed.
Yeah, it's a big sort of platform.
People started what is that? Lithuania, Scaffchamp, what's happening? And so,
especially with it being a UK magazine as well. Scaffolding is like a religion in the UK, and there is this. And we spoke about the post that went out into Scaff Mag recently. It's we've got this perception in the UK that we're the best in the world, and a lot of that's centered around tube and fitting. And we had some sort of stuff about it's the Scaffolding World Championships, and they're using smash and bash systems.
Come, Isaac. Yes. Where is UK team?
Oh no. Well,
we can give even them.
I know the team now as well. I know you've let me down.
So after we started getting some attention, and the thing is that 99% of this attention was really negative
from UK.
Actually, half and half. Half was from Asia. I don't know why. Yeah, Pakistan, India, Philippines, some Arabian countries. They just want starting writing some nonsenses, and also some of them, I don't know why, but they somehow thought that we providing job, and they started to send us it was full. One day it was just full mailbox of some random CVs of Indian, Bangladeshi guys who are searching job, and the first idea was, okay, maybe we did something wrong, we communicated wrong, but then we just thought that probably they saw a company and they just don't even recognize what company does, and they just send CV, whatever.
Yeah, I think because that happens to me a lot. I put things out on LinkedIn, and I have had a scaffolding company. Do you know what I mean? I don't have one anymore, but when we did, or when I was part of it, any post you put out, any video, anything you put out, you usually got a load of CVs or messages. I can scaffold, I am supervisor, and all that shit. Sometimes you feel that really sorry for me, the desperation because of the economic condition in that country being a scaffolder versus the economic situation for a scaffolder in the United Kingdom is very, very different. But yeah, that's not something that you've done by putting a specific message out. That's just, people see that a big established company like, Layer, or is it the Hoist company that are sponsoring the event? Does I need to get their name in there as well? Kivazo. They see big companies like that and think, of course, we want to be a part of it and change the situation. So,
okay, so returning to this negative experience from the actually, and
I want to know more about the UK negative experience.
And the second half of this comments was from UK. And most of them was just who gave you right to call yourself scaffolders. It's not a scaffold; it's a Lego. And I don't even remember. I have a few screenshots saved just to have a fun when just to see them, just to read them, because it's really funny to read. But 1% of this like negativity, there was a lot of quite positive, nice words. And big companies like I remember Canadian company was even interested to arrive to the second Scaffchamp. New Zealand company was interested to come to Scaffchamp. And I'm not speaking about the like European companies, and then we started to thinking, okay, this is getting into something bigger. And actually right now we can call ourselves World Scaffchamp, because
I think so.
And we started planning. We started making marketing plans, something like this. We started to do planning. And then one day, in entire world just closed up because of pandemic time. And then, it was so unpredictable time because the lockdown was only 2 weeks, I remember, in March. And we thought, okay, probably we can hold 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, everything will be okay. 1.5 year then passed. And then we started, we thought that, I remember we started planning second Scaffchamp, and in Lithuania it was lockdown.
Yeah, it was lockdown, but
it wasn't lockdown, but it was some restrictions. You need to be vaccinated. You need to wear mask in public events.
So difficult to even get to the event, let alone...
You need to have this QR code, something. I don't remember how it was, but there was some restrictions, but we still already planned, this year we need to do something because everyone is tired sitting at home and we need to do something, to at least entertain ourselves how we did the first time. So we started to plan, we started to contacting these old companies that participated in the first Scaffchamp. So we started to contacting companies that was interesting, like from Canada, New Zealand, and so on. But for some, for Canada, it was they lived in lockdown, same as Australia and New Zealand. Some European countries also. So we got some inquiries. I remember from Poland, Germany, Switzerland, maybe. I don't remember. They were interested really. UK. There was UK.
Even the second year.
There was 2 companies from UK, and they were interested to arrive. But also, something happened, and one day just Russia decided to invade Ukraine, and then all our plans flopped because these companies some of them didn't answer why they didn't arrive, but some of them just said it's because they see that it's not so safe to travel to Lithuania because it's natural. They open the map and they see where is Lithuania, where is Russia, and we have small border with Kaliningrad region, and they see that's Belarus.
And Belarus is an ally.
They're here, and no one knew.
50 kilometers from Belarus?
From Vilnius, it's just 20
kilometers from Belarus.
From here,
Right,
so, and they really was threatened about the situation. Even we was threatened about the situation.
I mean, you can say to people, maybe they're overreacting, but at the same time, 2014, a fucking commercial airliner came down. Do you know what I mean? As part, so it's not unfounded fear, but
So the thing is that
I'll cut that part out.
I won't. I interrupt you. Yes, and we still have when war started. Yes, we fill 1,000 liters of diesel in. Just for if something happened. Yes, we still have.
The Lithuanian government said us you need to have this emergency luggage. Everyone should have emergency luggage.
So suitcase.
In case of invasion, because Vilnius is quite close to this military zone, and in case of invasion, in case of these rockets, you need to take this suitcase, and there should be your passport, your documents, food, water, some clothes, and you need to just drive away. And another thing, 50 kilometers from away here, the Belarusians built this Ostrava nuclear power station, which is really unstable. And the funny thing is that, this medicine...
Iod tablets.
Tablets from the...
Iron iodine.
No, it's just if something happened with radiation.
You think so. Lithuanian government.
They have them in Barrow. So I do a bit of work I used to do a bit of work on BAE, Barrow.
Yeah.
And a lot of the local population have got these same tablets. So you...
Yeah. So they were giving away. So every 6 months, you need to go to the pharmacy and take a new dose of your, because they have like experience time only 6 months, I think. Something. So you need to change. So
Ade, call us an Uber and get us to.
So returning to the planning of this second Scaffchamp. So when we asked these teams and they rejected to join, so we opened the registration. We decided not to invite all companies that were before. We decided to do this way, like, okay, first come, first served. Yeah. And
this for number 2 still,
yeah. And we decided that 9 teams probably will be for us enough, because last year 9 teams was quite okay. And we opened the registration, and for our surprise, Scandinavian region was quite active. Well, not Scandinavian, but Norwegian and Finnish.
All right.
And Sweden companies.
And they hadn't been involved in before, so this is like new interest.
No. We just saw like some video information about first championship, yes, and even in 2019 we decided, yes, if it will be second, we will participate.
Yeah. So they registered, they arrived, and so what we planned for the second Scaffchamp here? Well, it wasn't also some how would say not big event, but we didn't invest
not so much promotion, and
we didn't invest in this so much attention as it should be, because it was a long pause, 2 years without it. New teams arrived. We made this live stream, and live stream was just we put it 5 cameras. It was a professional company, put it 5 cameras, and it was just filming for 9 hours of just
what was happening.
What was just happening.
No context to it.
It's like watching this city cameras.
CCTV.
Or watching birds, just you don't know. And for people, it was maybe it's interesting, maybe not interesting. But then we started. When Viktor told
you
that
mentioned the numbers from last time though, and you said not.
We
how many?
We predicted that about 20,000 people should watch it. We predicted, because prediction was made of how many there is people in social media, in this in this internal groups of scaffolders. But
and
some
he
of
shares with them, and they share, and they share.
Yeah. But we just calculated probably it was working day Friday. People are working, so probably they will not have some time to watch. So we probably thought 20,000 people would be like, for us, it's really big. And then how it works, like analytics. You can see the entire analytics until the stream ends, and you need to wait for some time until it's
calculated.
It's calculating, So we got this analytics, and then how it works. You have your own stream, but people start to resharing it, resharing on their own pages or their own profiles, and then the system shows the entire viewers count, and you can just calculate it. So I think it was something 180,000.
180,000.
180,000. Yes.
Yeah. But be honest. We did fantastic promotion before second championship. We did fantastic promotion, and promotion was mostly with social network, and promotion was focused on scaffolders. Yes, it was like a very strong memes.
So because the second Scaffchamp, it was like balancing on something. We still didn't know how to position it. This event.
Yeah,
it was
what is it?
What is it? It was balancing between
is it fun?
Is it for scaffolders, or is it like event, or is it a sports event? So we did our promo campaign was like just to shooting with like shooting gun on the pigeon,
yeah.
So
There's a phrase in the UK,
so
throwing shit at a wall.
yes,
If you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it will stick.
Something like this. We need to get as many attention as we need. Okay.
Yeah, scattergun. Yeah.
So,
but it works, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about this as we go through. But you're from a marketing background, and you're doing marketing. You've done marketing degree, and clearly got a lot of, from what we spoke about, a lot of knowledge in that department. What I found fascinating is when you told me about the email that you sent to one of the prominent sponsors of the event. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Well, it was I wouldn't say it's a funny story. It was not quite natural.
But don't say name of company.
We couldn't say the brand of this company because
because I mean, and he's sponsoring again.
They're sponsoring, but they're not allowing to use their brand because of policy of the company.
Ah, right.
If you will see the entire marketing campaign of this company, they only sponsor
extreme sports.
No,
things like that.
They only put their brand on that event that they are only organizing them.
Yeah.
So, for example, skiing, flying, and so on. So,
okay, enough. You explained everything.
But
they're huge anyway.
Yeah. But let's say they are a producer of lemonade that gives you some energy. So, I was searching for the potential sponsors for the Scaffchamp. Because when I was searching for the second Scaffchamp sponsor, it was quite hard to explain people what it is and what they will get back. What's the return of this?
You have to appeal to people's self-interest, really.
Yeah, for them, it's like return of investments. Yeah, I've invested in something and what you can give me back. Yeah, and it was really hard to explain because even for me, it was hard to understand what can I give them because we were still balancing, between something. So I've mailed them and said, okay, we are a non-profit organization. We are preparing this Scaffchamp. We don't need any financial from you. Maybe you're interested to join our event and give our scaffolders
some of your produce.
Yeah, some of your products. And maybe you are really interested to join. And so I've mailed them, and I forgot about this mail just because I've mailed many companies. Yeah. So after 3 weeks, I was just sitting doing my daily work, and I see the unknown numbers calling me. I answered. It was like, "Hello, I'm from company. Look, we're in.
Wow,
we're in. Yeah." So then we had a few meetings in our office, and they offered much more than even we can ask. So they provided fridges with
drinks in.
They provided this, these umbrellas, this tents, tarpaulin, and so on, so on.
Lots of promotional stuff.
Yeah, and promotional, And even for them, it was really...
it seems like a good fit for me, knowing the brand and knowing who we're talking about. It just seems like a really good fit. But to think that and to have that idea to...
I think the main reason, it was focus group, yes? All scaffolders, all people in the construction business, they drink energy drinks, yes? You must. You go to any construction site and you see these cans, yes?
Oh, that's a staple scaffolder's breakfast. I had a friend, right? Yeah. And his breakfast was in the morning. He's had health problems later on in life, by the way, but not because of the drink, so it was a Rice Krispie square and a massive energy drink. Yeah. Not that brand either, by the way, different brand. But yeah, massive big tin of this energy drink and a Rice Krispie square. Oh, and a Yazoo milkshake as well.
Not for this reason.
I'm not recommending that as a breakfast. Definitely not. But the energy drink, it's like, keeps you going during the day. It's like a lot of people, do... certainly scaffolders anyway.
Yeah. So and this year with this brand, they saw the potential. They really saw this return of investments. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. So this year they're giving much more. So
Oleg,
Hats off to
it's
them.
your mistake. Why he drink Coca-Cola?
I'm sorry.
Yes. Why he do not drink with
Coca-Cola? No.
water? Just take water.
Well, we said before, didn't we? What was it? Classy.
Yeah,
Kvass.
kvass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kvass.
So people in the UK don't know what class is.
But believe me, they must came. People from UK must came here, yes, and test kvass. Look on best world scaffolders, yes, and test kvass.
And they're all drinking class.
Yeah.
So we had this training course that was running. It was when I just started the scaffolding business. We were still doing a little bit of training. And we had some people on the course. One guy was a Russian fella, but he was really keen. He definitely wanted to get a job in scaffolding. So we said, and the part of the course is that you have to give him a work placement, like an internship almost, with a scaffolding company. So we took this guy to work with us. And we were working on a big estate in the north of England, Skelmersdale. And there's a lot of big Eastern European population there, a lot of Russians, a lot of
Polish.
Ukrainians, Polish as well, big Polish community. So there's a Polish shop. So he says to us, do you want a drink? So I said, yeah, grab us a water or something, or just something fizzy, whatever. So he walked out. He's like, you want to try it? I was like, what is it? He goes, my drink is made from bread. For context, like this drink, this kvass, is a fizzy drink. Summertime, really refreshing, and it's made from bread.
Yeah. And Oleg, you must serve this kvass for VIP guests during Scaffchamp. Yes, we will bring.
I'm all in.
Yes,
I'm all in.
All what you need, just like buy
there will be
VIP ticket.
There will be.
Okay. Any prominent kvass manufacturers, get in touch.
Yeah.
You can also sponsor the event. So it's an interesting one. I just think that thinking outside the box and getting like a sponsoring like that, it's done you really well. I think it's going to raise the profile of the event.
I will look on this question different angle. Yes, event is focused on scaffolders. Yes, event is focused on scaffolding business, and we're very happy that second year in a row we have Kivazo as sponsor.
Yeah, well, the difference between Kivazo and other companies, Kivazo is a young people, it's like my generation because we speak same language. Yeah, I give them the benefits that they will get, and they 100% understand because they are producing robots for a scaffolding industry. Yeah? And I came to them and said, okay, you have you're a startup, yes? You need to do the brand recognition, work. You need brand awareness, and we can give you that. So you produce scaffolding robot for scaffolders, and during this Scaffchamp, it's 100% target group is it's like scaffolders because when you go to the exhibition, there is no scaffolder exhibition. There is builders exhibition.
Let's say Balma. For example.
There is
scaffolding there.
Yeah, there is even a section of scaffolding. Yeah, but a lot of random people just came around, speaks, and you for you it's like a lot of attention you're missing. Yeah, and probably you need to pay a lot of money for Bauma, and you need to bring all your people there. You need to organize the logistics. You need to buy rent this additional things and so on and so on. Yeah? And then we came to them and said, okay, we can give you 100% of your target group.
Yeah.
So and they said, okay, we understand.
And why wouldn't they? The word you said then, and I think it's definitely the right word that you used as well, is attention. And I think back in the day, years ago, it was your network, and I still believe it, but it's now more like social networks. But it was more about relationships and stuff like that. I think the most valuable commodity in today's world is human attention. It's how many eyeballs can you get on what you're doing.
Look, very important now. What is the biggest problem of UK scaffolding business? What is the biggest problem?
Biggest problem of UK scaffolding business. There are many, but I think skill shortage is one.
Yes. Here the same. In any European country, we have the same problem: skilled people. Yes, and now I look on 10 years ago, I spoke only with managers. if I want to sell scaffolding, I speak only with managers. Yes. Now the young scaffolders, and not only young, just scaffolders, they have decision-making responsibility. Yes. And they want work safer. They want interesting work. Yes. They want how we can fight with plumbers, with painters, with somebody else for young people. Yes. Only providing better job. Yes.
Yeah.
And
a more interesting product.
More interesting, maybe, or more dedicated.
I get what you're saying. So it's like, it's almost like, and it benefits you, as a business, because you're making it more attractive to the scaffolder. You're making it more attractive to the scaffolder. And then if the scaffolder drives it, if the people doing the job drive it, say, boss, we need this stuff. We need this stuff.
Yes. And look on this idea of scaffolder. Who is the main sponsor? Yes, of course, Lyre, because we are Lyre Baltic. Yes. But what we're doing, we produce lighter scaffolding parts. Yes. We won't make work of scaffolder more efficient. Who comes second? Kivaza. Lighter scaffolding, Kivaza robot delivered to the hay.
Yes, less manual handling.
Yes, less money. It's like multiplication of Lyre lightweight multiplied by Kivaza. That means better condition, better efficiency for companies.
And less manual handling, so like they're not going to be going home tired and having musculoskeletal injuries.
Exactly. Because we are speaking, all three people, we build scaffolding. Yes, we know how it's difficult. Yes, and we know what we must change to attract new young people. Yes, and this is idea of sponsorship. Yes, collect all companies or all people in one place. Yes, and present latest technology to scaffolders, not only to managers. Yes, because we usually, but also to scaffolders.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the events that I've been to, like Letchworth, when they launched the Twix Beam, it was quite a lot of managers and things like that, which is great. But I think this kind of event, as you've said, it's really sort of showing it's the scaffolders saying that this is better, this is what we want to be using, and all the rest of it. I told the story before we were speaking, weren't we? And I said, we've had, when I had the scaffolding business with young people coming in, and hard to motivate, hard to, get their head out of the phone and all the rest of it. And then when you're telling them, well, it's going to be long hours, it's going to be hard work, you're going to be in cold, you're going to be in wet, blah, 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 blah. You're like, that sounds rubbish. But don't worry, because you're going to get trained up and then you'll have a trade. So you'll be able to take the trade all around the world and all the rest of it. And you'll be trained in 2 years. It's a lot of the young lads were saying, well, fuck it, I can go and get a job in Tesco or, a local supermarket and I can earn what you're paying me here. And you try to tell them, yeah, but you're still going to be there. I'm not slagging Tesco off or anything like that, but you're still going to be in that place in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 5 years' time. You're not going to progress. Where in scaffolding, you will progress. But I think it's just that it's so long from picking up the first tube to erecting the first scaffold on their own. I think they lose interest. Whereas now with modular, with modern building techniques and things like that, you can show them the goal a lot quicker. And it's all about speed. You know what I mean? And to your point, to keep people's attention.
Yeah. And and now we have for Fair Championship we have Scafflan as sponsor.
We have Simon Boys.
Yes.
And this is the same as Kivazo.
And this is like also just Lyre lightweight, better preparation with special professional software, Kivazo robot. So everything is one line. Yes. And come and visit and talk with these people. Come to a championship and talk with these people. See all these advantages in one place. Yes,
I found that. I mean, I don't know if you watched the episode we did with Chris Howson from Roll Systems Scaffolding. That's one thing I did mention. It's that community sort of thing. Everyone came to it like Letchworth when we went down there. Essentially, we were talking with our competitors. Rolls are a lot bigger than us, for example, than we were at the time. They're a competitor in the same geographic market, but we're talking to each other and they go, how do you do that? We go, we don't use that, we use this. Oh, really? And it's like everyone's sort of helping each other, benefiting each other. Have you bought that thing yet? No, we thought you probably want to invest in it because it can make you do this, it help you do this quicker. Yeah, like they really are good sort of networking events.
Yeah. So
is Simon coming, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's flying from Australia. Yes.
You're in a hot seat.
26 hours, I think.
As a young podcast, it's hard to get guests on.
Yes, and you know the story, but the team from Mongolia is also coming.
Yeah, I found that really interesting.
It's very interesting. My biggest impression from first championship, yes, it was different approach to safety, yes, and to culture.
Because now you have different referees and time, time penalties.
Yes, we invite like many different referees in different countries. But for first championship, I was referee, yes, and some like other people were referee, yes, and it was very interesting to see. It was one. For example, Lithuanian company, they are focused on safety. Yes, on safety, not only just hook and do what you want, yes, and say, oh, if something happened, I am hooked, yes, so no, I will.
Are you getting him down?
yeah. But it was one company which just they hook and do what we want, yes. He hooked and go outside of scaffolding and use a rosette just like that. And they say, how is possible? And he said, oh, I'm hooked. Yes, I'm secured. No, this is not safety. This is not security. And those are very interesting. Our people usually, like almost all teams, they dismantle, yes, and they carefully put each part in a pallet, yes, very carefully, yes, because they understand that they put now, tomorrow they will take this. And this team is just like take and just throw. And you know, and I look on this and my heart is bleeding. Yes, this is my parts. Don't throw. and it's very interesting to see how people, scaffolders from different countries, how they approach, how they look on their job, everyday job. Yes.
Safety, efficiency, everything. I see a lot of pictures, you know, from other parts of the world, and it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bravado or whatever, but working off the tubes. So standing on the ledges, standing on the transom, you're climbing up the rosettes. You're like, put some boards on it. Yeah. Like, say they're building a big birdcage scaffold, big independent scaffold or whatever. The boards have got to go up there at some point. So just take them with you, and work from them. And you've got a platform to walk around on rather than just, you know, you see them reaching out with crazy.
And this
it's education, isn't it? That's what.
Yes, and this is idea of refereeing. Yes, best team is not fastest. Best team is a combination of safety and speed, and safety is on first place.
Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah. So if you, for example, if you climbed up the rosette, you know, time penalties. If you forgot to hook on, time penalty.
Well, if he will climb on the roses and forgot to
disqualify,
definite disqualification, because it's like really, really harsh.
And it should be as well. You don't want it to be a free for all.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other things that you can do for fun. Like I saw on I don't know whether the pictures are there still, but the rosettes. You know, how many starter collars can you carry out? Those things are fun, and you can have a kind of a bit of a play around with stuff like that. But once it's building a scaffold, it's got to be done in the right way.
And I think second championship team, which was on first play, show first time on second championship. But on first championship, winner show only fourth time. Yes, but because
of additional penalty.
Yeah, additional penalty. Yes, we.
So we only got four places.
Yeah, four places.
So first to finish, fourth place.
Yeah. This is how refereeing is working, because many people we did meeting with almost all teams, and the main question is rules. Yes, how you, because we are coming from Mongolia, we're coming from Slovakia, from Bulgaria, and we have a professional team of referees, and they will set certain rules. But I think rules in European Union, in the UK, it's practically the same, maybe with minor difference, but practically the same.
So obviously in UK we have SG4. You probably are guessing you've heard of SG4. But I mean, SG4 in a nutshell is a scaffolding application of the work at height regulations hierarchy of controls. And that is the simplest way to put that book. In other words, if you can ever avoid working at height, avoid it. If you can't avoid working at height, protect yourself with physical barriers. If you can't protect yourself with physical barriers, then collective fall protection. If you can't do that, then it's personal fall protection, i.e. Hooking on. And there are various different reasons and ways of doing that. I think the problem is sometimes in the UK, we get a bit hung up on it. Mm-hmm. Pardon the pun. We get a bit hooked on, if you will, with being too, strict with it. It's like, if anyone sees somebody using the harness, it's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be behind the guardrail. Mm-hmm. Should be, well, what about suspended scaffolding?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to do it. So yeah, hopefully,
really
common sense.
When we start create some scaffolding regulation here in Lithuania, we use UK rules as example. So we do not invent bicycle. Yes, and,
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. And we will have like some kind of parade. Yes, in championship. Yes. And I want to see a British team first, like on Olympic game. Greece is always first, yes, and on Scaffolders Championship, first team should be from UK. And I really hope that one day come and the team from UK will join. Yes,
it's sad that we're not represented. I think even Dan from Scaffmag, he posted recently, said it's pretty good that there wasn't a team from the UK. And like I say, going back to those negative comments online, oh, why is it smash and bash for the championship? Let's see how they do with tube and fitting. It's like, for 90%, it's called the World Championships, right? The World Scaffolder Champion. For 90% of the world, this is scaffolding. Do you know what I mean? 90% of the world. How much tube and fitting is there in Lithuania?
Isaac,
0.
Tell me why. What do you think? Why British companies or British teams do not participate in championship?
In a serious note, I think I don't know about the team because I don't know whether the team that isn't participating. I can't go into their reasons. I don't know them. I think it was a labour issue with them. I think maybe the reason why other teams don't get involved as much is one, because it's system, and then you get the people like, oh, it's not the world champion, it needs to be tube and fitting, otherwise it's not scaffolding. I'm like, well, yeah, it is. And by the way, we're the only ones who are using this stuff. So to call ours the world championship, they're saying that we shouldn't call that the world championship. Well, we probably shouldn't call ours the world champions. I made the analogy, didn't it? It's like if Australian rules football decided to have all the World Series in baseball, no one else is using that stuff. So I think maybe because we're still using tube and fitting quite a lot, and possibly the negative light they may be seeing in, because we're very safety orientated in the UK, and people may be thinking it's bad press, like it's not a joke, you shouldn't be using it as a sport, it's a serious trade and all the rest of it. Maybe there's an element of that. They'd be worried about how they might be viewed by companies they want to do work for. I think if that is the case, you need to just...
Okay, but second question. What is your forecast for next maybe 10 years for UK market of scaffolding?
Scaffolding?
Yeah.
I think...
tube and fitting and system scaffolding.
I think it's going to go far more modular. I think it's already starting to happen in the UK. Bigger companies. And like you say here, it's been, or what you want to encourage is the operatives to drive the change in the industry, and they get them involved. That's happening because now I know guys who've done a bit of work with system and they wouldn't go back to tube and fitting, because they're enjoying the job more. But I'd say it's more the principal contractors, the big companies, big infrastructure, big tier one construction companies. They're driving it. They don't want tube and fitting on their sites anymore.
They won't cut cost.
Yeah, they want to cut costs. They want efficient scaffolding. They want to minimise risk. If you're minimising the delay for time someone's doing something, inherently you've got to minimise, or you're going to reduce the risk because you're doing the activity for a shorter period of time. I think that's where the change is going to be. The principal contractors want modular scaffolding. We're massively pushing towards like modern building techniques. There's a lot more modular homes in the UK now. There's a lot more timber frame buildings in the UK now. And I just think this is going to be, this is going to go along with it. So tube and fitting will always, like you said, offshore. We do have a lot of offshore installations off the coast of the United Kingdom. I think it's still going to have a presence there because of the space restrictions. Again, there's a saying, and I do love a saying, but it's horses for courses. You pick the horse for the course. Not every horse is going to be good on every type of ground or whatever. Strange analogy, but I think pick your weapons. What did we say before? If every problem you have, no, I've messed it up, haven't I? If every problem you have, if all you got is a hammer, every problem has got to look like a nail. We'll cut most of that out. If all you've got is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. And unfortunately, in the UK, all we had was hammers, all we had was tube and fitting. We try to solve every problem with tube and fitting. Yeah. But it's like you say here, you guys have got system, you've not got any tube and fitting really. Has it stopped you building anything? Has work ceased? Have you all gone, fuck it, best go home? We've not got any tube and fitting, we better give up, So I think as it starts to filter down, the smaller companies will pick it up as well, and tube and fitting will be more like a specialist trade, similar to steeple jacking.
Okay, let's see. We are ready. We are ready to change.
Yeah. You can help us. So I think on that note, we will begin to wrap things up a little bit, because we have got some drinking to do, I do believe. Yeah. Been treated to some beers. The next podcast, or the next episode with these two gentlemen, will be on the day of the championships itself. We're going to try and get some teams involved with coming and giving us a bit of an interview. So any teams out there who want to tell their story, please get in touch with either hello@vertexscaffoldingsafety.co.uk. Anything social media wise you guys want to share?
I would add one thing, that's for people who are planning to arrive here. What's the difference between the second Scaffchamp and the first Scaffchamp? It's we already know in which direction we are moving. And as I mentioned before, there was no event that involves scaffolders before, where all people from industry will arrive to one place and will share contacts and do the networking. There wasn't before something like this. Maybe it was local something, but if we're speaking about the entire industry, from people from Europe, from Asia, from North America, South America arriving, So this is the place. And right now we have 400 guests already.
VIP guests?
Guests who are already involved in this event. And 90% of them are arriving for networking and connection. So we really see the potential of Scaffchamp in that way that people are meeting each other here, sharing their experience, finding new partners for new markets. Most of them are searching for new markets or for new partners. And it's like really something unique. Market doesn't have anything else. So there is no alternatives to this. Yeah. Really, there is no alternative. So if you are from scaffolding industry and if you are not here, then I don't know what you're doing.
So get behind it. Get on it. Get behind it. Yeah.
Yes, and do not forget, Vilnius is a fantastic city, and we are connected with Ryanair and Wizz Air, with UK. Come with children, come with families, because we will have special area for kids. Yes, and all what you want you can find on www.scaffchamp.com.
Perfect. Boom. And we're out. Thank you very much, gents. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.